different upbringing, different backgrounds, with these kind of peculiar personalities, because everyone is so different from me, and it's something you can learn from everybody. So I just tried to learn as much to say. Yeah, I had fun, enjoyed myself, I made good friends. So yeah, looking forward to what the future holds. I didn't have what?
Any regrets? Any regrets at all in the house when you
No,
were
I don't. No, I don't have any.
when you were in the house?
I don't regret it, but I don't. But right now, it seems like I know how they were doing it. So it's not a regretful. How would I put it? It's not something I regret doing. But if give it all around, so, yeah, it happened, and I don't regret it. So, things could have been different, but
Okay.
it's not in my hands.
And if you would, who would that be?
That what?
Would you relate with another female?
I believe that was something I didn't do right from the first day. I didn't try to get that relationship or that conversation majority of the house.
Okay, let me put it this way. Would you have an
I
interview
don't know. I can't say that's too far-fetched. I can't.
during the live eviction show? You told Ebuka that off in the house. So how is that going right now? You and Lilo, are you guys in contact?
Yeah, we're in contact when we have something to do together. But leave me where I was before, or friends.
This is where you were. I think you're not willing to push. Like you're not willing to push.
Better my life and everything. So I don't want to get distracted with other things that might not pay me as much as I want. So right now, I just want to focus on myself.
Okay, okay. That's well enough. It's well enough. Okay, so Eric, I want to believe that you're still
Yeah,
you
of course.
have to say about Praise leaving the house. And it was Watoni, V, Praise, and Tricky T that were nominated for possible eviction. And Praise was just
He actually played a good game because I remember the first eviction night, we both stood up. And after that, I don't think he was voted for 2 weeks. Then I don't know what made them drop, but I'm sure he's not too hard about it. I'm sure he knows he did well because he did well.
so nice. Okay.
You should just do what's important right now. Chase the bag. Fred is a smart guy. We're definitely going to have a conversation. So I know he's just going to keep pushing in a good way.
Okay, nice. So with the few weeks you spent in the house with the housemates and the updates you've been following so far,
I think there are a few people I'm kind of sure about my initiative. But I believe Nengi too, she has a good fan base. Erica too has a good fan base. Say Kidwire too has a good support outside. So I believe they.
I'm leaving the house that early, that soon. What did you think you actually did wrong to leave the house so soon?
I don't know. Maybe it was a bunch of different things. I don't know what the viewers saw or momentum going forward instead of dwelling on the past and all that. So I don't know. I don't know. But the way the game is set up this year, it's actually your housemates sending you away. So I believe that my mistake was not interacting as much as I should.
Just a game plan, like is it just a strategy? I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know either. But when they interact and talk to each other, it's something that you can easily believe that it's something that's different. But I can't say from where I'm sitting right now. I wish them the best.
Okay, this current triangle in let's ask from the standpoint of a guy right now. What is Brighton trying to do? So if I get your submission right now, you're saying the relationships in the house they are just cruise, no more. Looking at it now, you left the house some couple of months, some couple of weeks. I beg your pardon, a couple of weeks back. So what are your plans for the future? What are things?
Things to get them. So apart from trying to get necessary growth and development, I'm trying to really my hands on this career, put myself back out there, back to Nollywood, so I can get a few roles and get back on the screen so people can see my range. Like this time, a lot of eyes trying to help more people get fit and back to me just trying to make a living doing the things I like doing in the first place.
Wow, very interesting. Good luck with all of that. Thank you so much about Big Brother Nigeria. You're going to answer us, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, KOKO TV.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Notification bell so that whenever we have a post, you will be notified. Till I come your way next time. My name is Stomi.
Whether it's a married man that bought the car for her or she bought the car herself and so forth.
Blessing Okoro, although she has since been dragged that the car was bought for her by a married man. Blessing Okoro states that it doesn't matter if it was a married man that bought the car for the actress. She also says that people pointing fingers at Destiny are guilty of the same crime.
The married man that bought the car for her house, she bought the car herself. Apart from a man buying a car. So I'm just talking based on general phase. Let me tell you something. Acting movie now. Let's give people accolade. Let's give people.
because she did not see him again. Since that 7 years, she didn't see him until she saw him in a movie that we did together with one mama like that 2 years ago. She saw me. So they now put the CCTV. People, he asked me, who are these people? I said, they are DSTV people. I want to see them. I said, my phone is here. Then I went out, begin to check my whole house. He checked every room to make sure none of the children are sleeping. He checked the whole house for camera. He checked the whole house. Then he started. I can't even begin to relay the things. But at the point, when she stood up to go to the kitchen, and we know that they called police. Police came immediately. They picked him. I have people àwọn ọmọ yìí, ó dẹ̀ wá kó àwọn ọmọ yìí sí mi lọ́dọ̀ kí màmá máa ronú, kò dẹ̀ ṣerú kó báyìí fún mi. Kí ni mo ṣe fún ẹ? He's talking rubbish. So I asked him what happened 7 years ago. He told me he was just begging me. They took him away. Mama will be machine feel. Some of you are now saying that you post the video of the child that was being molested. Kill it again. Báwo ni ẹ ṣe sùn torí mo lè sùn mi gẹ́tà bí mọ́ mi kẹta. Báwo lẹ ṣe sùn? Báwo lẹ ṣe sùn? Why? Ọmọ ni ní Olúwa, ọmọ inú dẹ̀ ní èrè rẹ̀, bí ọ̀fà tí lọ́wọ́ alágbára bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. It's not fair. Please. Mo fi Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ yín. Even if you don't like me, even if you don't, I've started their investigation. He confessed 4 different times. Kí lẹ fẹ́? Why do you want to say? Why? Irú ayé wo la gbé? Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ọmọ wa ò safe mọ́. Àwọn ọmọ wa ò safe mọ́. Ibo ni mo fẹ́ gbé tèmi bàbá ẹ̀? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, please, ó ti tó. Ẹ fi mí lẹ̀, ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Go and see him and ask him. Why would I want to set somebody up? Somebody that I'm the one helping him. Why? I'm not okay. But let me tell you, especially those people today, even if I die today, orí mi àbíyẹ́ láre, orí mi àbíyẹ́, orí tí mo ṣe fún ẹ àbíyẹ́, ẹlẹ́dàá mi àbíyẹ́, ẹlẹ́dàá ọmọ mi àbíyẹ́ yìí. Ṣó tọ́ sí yín. Look at somebody who called herself a rape. When you came out, did we ask for CCTV before empathizing with? Please, enjoy. Even if you hate me, I'm begging you, please, for the sake of God and all these children. How do you want their parents to see you? This is the way God wants. Why are you being insensitive? Go to me.
Hi Nigeria, it's another time for ribs cracking and stomach aching laughter. As Coming to America is of Coming to America 2. I am so excited to be here, and I know a lot of people are here also so excited.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Precious, but for tonight I'm Princess Imani.
Woo! What do you do?
I am a lawyer, I'm a content creator, and I'm an influencer.
Oh, that's so great. Okay, give me the
GNG activity.
Oh, okay, you know, everything is just...
Everything is a shopper.
Yeah.
Everything is name brand, you know.
Okay,
I'm expected to see an absolutely new storyline that's going to blow my mind. That's what I'm expecting tonight, and I want to laugh, and I want to be reminded of my childhood.
And now you're here to see the second one. What is your expectation?
Black film, so I'm expecting to
team of Black, and that he was there until I saw it online. Yeah.
The kid.
Okay. So this second one, what are you expecting? Okay.
Now I'm expecting more because I heard the video is in this.
Yeah. What do you think the video did though? What do you think it did?
No, a poor boy.
Okay.
Being maybe one of the lost songs.
And if you're not, I guess I'll take $10,000 then. First, can you give me? Okay.
I just called her up and I'm like, okay, so there's a premiere and we have to look African and bigger.
Yeah. How do you feel, wearing this?
I feel like there are so many things on me right now. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of work. We are okay with our normal life. So everything. I look forward to the part 2.
Oh. Did you see the first one though?
Yes, I did. Of course, we grew up watching. But you watched it.
I didn't see it.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't see it.
Look at them. But Eddie Murphy played an away match. I'm shocked because the love was so real. I'm shocked. What part of part 1 did he do this?
Exactly, like where?
Because that
where?
Was,
Just discovered that I may have a son here in this land. How much child support is she getting from? The king pays no child support. No child support for 30 years and you...
If I can even take you over. Hello. Hi, good evening.
I'm fine, thank you. How you doing?
Yeah. And do I need to ask,
Well styled by Kiki, of course.
Of course, I need to ask.
Aqua's collection. I remember what happened
In the movie.
in the part 1. And I intentionally didn't even see the trailer of the part 2 because I just want a brand new experience. So let me just, come fresh. It has a little feel, which is mad hilarious. So I cannot wait to lose it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward. It's going to be amazing. So I see you're into a lot of things. You've been singing now, and do we look forward to more of, Kiki on the microphone?
Fashion. It's one thing about
I can't imagine myself in that situation.
Yeah,
I am.
All right. I hope you have a great evening. I hope you have a great evening.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Forever. I like semi foolishness. I like, especially one I hear the videos and I want to see how did the guy end up killing him?
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. So, America, good evening. I don't want to ask what age, but what is the first one?
The first one, the humility of Aka. He has everything to show up, but he's still humble. Those performances.
That's the only thing you're looking out for?
Really understand the market on.
Yeah, I hope you have a great evening.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna pack. Okay,
You look gorgeous. Okay, so give me the details.
myself. So.
Whoa. Okay, that's okay. I'll give you the credit then.
There are a lot of things.
Okay.
I even watched the recap recently.
What are you looking forward to in the second one?
Oh my god, so much
On outside.
I'm not surprised. Of course, it's a part 2. There's supposed to be a plot twist. If not, first one.
Okay, and how much do you make me? Do you think this movie?
Let me know how her name is, but we know the movie.
I want to. Second one.
The main expectation I have of being amazing with the first one, so yeah, that in particular.
Are you?
Come on. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So at what age were you when you watched? At least 5. Oh, okay.
That's all extreme.
Okay, so what do you think is doing there? Acting or performing?
I know it's
Coming on here, I hope you have a great evening. Thank you. Bye. You look so super.
Thank you.
Okay, first introduce yourself.
Creation, a Joanne and Alero eye creation.
Okay.
Hair by God.
Okay, so did you see the first?
I really loved about it, but like everybody, one was and they said the dog after that guy. I'm like, this father has no loyalty right now, and the new addition because there's a lot of new. What's her name again? This South African.
Coming to America is going to make in Nigeria. Like how much?
Some films are catered to a certain and are nostalgic about it.
Okay.
So there are those who are going to watch it.
Mr. Kim had another son outside. Okay, I hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much.
It's the law.
Hi, Shay Shay.
Hi, how
it's
are you?
great. I'm very good.
Fun, future, coming to America.
Okay.
Mixtapes, acting, movies, everything.
Okay. All right.
Inside it in my life.
Okay. Okay. So what year and what age did you see coming to highlight for you in it?
Everything. It was so yeah.
So what do you look forward to seeing this time? So as it took 33 years, that long.
It's a lot of thing that involves him having a son and things like that. So
Okay.
everybody that's Nigerian, I'm just looking forward to them here.
Just love Nigeria. I'm wowed by your dressing. So I want to know what it is.
I did a little bit of support. That's what it is.
And it's really out of Nigeria. Like it's from
1992. It came out in '94. You know, there was that passion and excitement in that.
Okay, so what do you look forward to this one?
Well, it's been 31 years, so I'm looking forward to seeing how the
Nigerian market.
I think Nigerians are gonna love it. Everybody knows Coming to America, so it's as good a film here.
Hi, it's so great to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah, you look really amazing.
Thank you. Be inspired by African love and African dress. The chosen dress. This was done by an amazing. The dancing, the intro dance. As a performer, as a dancer, like. Do you know what? I'm actually looking forward to see how Eddie Murphy has grown. Oh my goodness, we're about to expose us like right now. You. I just know I was very young. But I remember in the last couple of years, and this is another step we need to cross into.
Give a figure of how much it's gonna,
a few zeros.
When you say a few, do you mean up to 10? I wish you a great evening.
Thank
and I hope
you.
that
You too. You look amazing yourself.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. Bye.
Ceremonial circumcision.
Bring forward the royal.
Special person, hardworking and she's selfless. And I pray that this gets to you, cause dead. Like I'm thanking God.
Hey, that's Instagram music. Did you spinal, Jacko, repping my states, Delta State, Banga soup, and fish. Like sometimes I would look at my friends and I'm like, I mean the same birds of the same feather. Yeah. Kiss, kill, my. I will. Recently, it's been more, and then there's some kind of color. And I like to think I'm this very calm at the same time. I don't think purple is the. Not procrastinate. Okay. So for a lot of fashion person, cockroach. Well, that eating flies and stuff. Hey, that's not been on my phone. It wasn't on my phone. I don't think I've played. Anga soup with type. Yeah. So just think. I'm like sometimes I would look at my friends and I'm like, yeah. I would kiss Sophie McKinney. Perfect. So they are very small and then cute. So yes, my lips. I would say purple because it's my favorite cutty definition. Yeah, purple. Something I tell myself every day. I'm mostly set to follow. Or of recent, my interest is really in shoes. Because I know, like.
And you?
I'm fine.
It's very great seeing you.
Coming to America.
Okay, so to your
Acting, movies, everything.
Okay, all right.
Diary daily inside into my life.
The pretty young lady exchanged her marital vows with her lover. Basuma and a couple of other people were on off his cap and glasses as some men who stood around wait to behold in their lifetime.
So far for being amazing and for
Featured Nollywood actor Godwin Maduago and his gay partner having sex to cry out over frustration and the fact that he is many jobs and brands have refused to work with him in his emotions. Begged to have his life and job.
100% happy because you guys are frustrating my life. I'm getting focused. I'm working with. I've not been getting jobs. I'm fucking. But two, if they book me for a job, the company or the brands is fine. You guys say I made a video for me to. You guys to just pity me now, please. I'm not figure and not having some money for your personal needs. You guys know how it feels like. You guys see me. I'm going for this job. I'm brand ambassador to this. You're to come to my DM and say.
So it's a very agile character. You know, quite creative. He knows exactly what he wants. Yeah.
So what were the challenges you faced while filming?
Yeah, filming, it's not the mama and papa kind of drama. This, it takes us on the depth, to the costuming, to the choice of cast and all that.
But unfortunately, the Nigerian prison system does not allow crazy, still gangster. Don't mistake my gender. No, Rambo is that kind of guy. You just love to hate.
Such movies in a year, man, then we're very close to Hollywood. Wonderful movie.
So you can't really expect anything less.
and after seeing the
Ring, and now you're back.
My God, I thank God that my life. What's that? It's not a rot. Putting it in a can, and you're coming back up.
I play the character of Capone in the movie. Yeah. But anger, and then he committed murder.
Yeah, I'm not statue, and I tell you, it's what
I can learn to be entertained and hopefully be
a huge one, you know. And I had to follow a bit of challenge.
The things you expect from Thor, it's not unusual for production. So
New film, gold statue, and trust the May. And by then, when it hits the cinema, we'll bring you the review of the.
Verbal history narrates that the statue of Yeye, molded with gold.
Believes in the existence of the gold.
Grandpa, just tell me where this thing is. It's simple now. I'm going to type things on it.
That is narrowed down is in the modern day Elisha.
It's a prison.
A what?
Elisha prison.
So what you're saying is that we should blow up the prison, the crime, and get jail sentence.
I reject it over to fear.
Wally.
Who's Wally? His name is Samuel Okon.
I drove him to the motor park myself.
Your man package you enter here, give you rice, give you chicken, give you everything.
Personally, make sure that your life is miserable in this place.
Come pass me tonight. I know you. And they tell you, you don't go.
You abandon your home only to end up in Elisha, feasting prisoners.
I've got this gut feeling that we're going to get that massive goal.
Imagine, you're putting camera in our rooms.
Yes.
The owner of the hotel was not remorseful as he was accused of this crime and took to social media to call out the hotel after discovering hidden cameras in their rooms. The development followed public outcry against the hotel after an online video showed guests lamenting the discovery of closed-circuit television cameras in their rooms.
Imagine, you're putting camera in our video in my Insta blog.
The police said it had commenced investigations into the alleged Bimbola Oyeyemi said the owner of the hotel stays in Lagos and the division police officer in Odogbolu has invited him. We are expecting
awesome superhero, maybe not a hero, maybe I can be a villain. Hi guys, welcome to KOKO Talks with Ruby Akubeze, activist against gender-based violence. Inside the house, but then yeah, it was still fun. We played a lot, watched TV, cartoons, daytime, so I spent most of my daytime with my siblings. I mean, except for when we're at school and all of that, but yeah, that's that. I mean, something that happens every now and then. People take me for a teenager and stuff like that. What's the surprise there? I mean, sometimes I question myself too. So it's at all that I wanted to leave home and pursue acting as a career. But my mother has always been in support of whatever I want to do. And my father, he has gradually come to grasp me being an actor, and they're totally in support of that, pursue acting as a career. So I left home and came down to Lagos State from some that were related to the creative industry. Taking master classes, and sometime later in that's basically how I started acting. Yeah. How did my role come? I had no idea that it was MTV Sugar I was auditioning for, because I didn't do anything. And people who have been, and she's a beautiful, beautiful, fresh air being. It was just a journey as an I really love her work, and how I wanted to be in a sci-fi film where I get to play like in the costume and Angelina Jolie. My goodness, like Okay, I'm not sure what my reaction was. That's him. Honestly speaking, they want to with their lives, and I feel that people do run ahead of yourself. You should not let your
companion, someone who can support her and who is rich. When we compare the Katrina,
single and happy, short and very well worthy, like someone that is richer than I am and someone that can support me.
You're searching.
I'm not searching. The person has to come. I'm not searching. I mean, yeah, I'm not desperate. Yeah, I'm not searching at all.
anymore, but someone must have.
Audible. What happened was that she came for a supposed which I used reverse psychology. I asked her whether she can have drugs are kept. I asked her whether she can work in the ring where her drugs are kept as a secretary. And she said, there's nothing, there's no family. It was just a box. So then I told her that before she made the condition that I should use a condom, which I did. And then she beat my left ring finger and tried to reach for the beat to stop her. I used the stabilizer to hit her, and when I hit her, she fell.
What did you do? You don't know. How come?
I said that while I was about to
bend us more.
Thank you. She became furious.
Why did you want to remove the condom? Why?
At
what point was she shouting, screaming for help?
When I tried to remove the condom.
Where did you use to hit? Where did you hit her?
On her abdomen, but where she was biting, because she held my.
So how many people have you killed in that process?
Just say the truth.
Yeah. Say the truth. Okay. You say she was not your friend.
The same reverse side.
How many? Where reverse of reverse?
About six.
What of that NYC school shoes?
Shoe is just for family in the house. It's not a copper shoe. It's not as if a copper came out.
How did your father assist you?
Just calm down some more.
Did you hypnotize her with any substance?
The
number of exercise books and textbooks are in that compound. Who owns them?
I and my sister.
There are several names on them. None of these is your room. Who are those people?
Have you got the phone from the camera? The phone is in the room. I'm not calling attention to it.
Am I not that?
In one of the rooms.
I'm a university student.
What class are you in? What level? Which school?
What subject?
What subject? What course? What level?
Public administration.
What level?
Up in this whole thing.
You called him on that day. What's the subject of it?
Challenge, sit down small. Challenge, go down small. Thank you. Now, how do you feel?
Where did they pick you?
When you kill her, why do you go and dock a grave to bury her? Why not take it to the police or report to the police that somebody has died in your house?
Before you ask her to come to get the job, what was the motive? What was your mind initially?
Well, initially, I used prostitute, so I used reverse psychology. I asked her whether she can work. I felt that that's the best way to revenge.
How do you feel about what you've done? What you've done, you are before the whole world. How do you feel about what you've done?
I'm not happy about it, but I'm very confident and inform the entire world that justice will take its course. You guys should just
Was your father around when this incident occurred?
Remorseful of the entire incident.
Yes, but
we don't sound readily agree to losing your life for what you did. Were you in love with the girl? No. So what is your advice to young men? Can you advise young?
The African giant born controversial media personality Toke Makinwa dragged Reno Omokri for mocking single mothers following the allegation. Singer Lighter's baby mama has called him out that he can't afford to buy balloon worth 13,000 and her kids. Following the Abidemi Rufai's arrest in New York by the FBI over his alleged involvement in 300 OAP loses mom. Buhari and we hope for a miracle. Shocking, Bitcoin plummets by 50%, crashing. Biafran leader Nnamdi Kalu called Issa Pantami, the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, a terrorist, saying people should reject him as a presidential candidate. The National Examination Colleges from May 29 to
I said the name Rasgad actually spelled the names of Elenu as who are known to be very stupid and rap. In fact, from the promo, you know that this film is going to be raspberry. So, 3. Oh, well, it depends. When you pay me, I'll say 3. When you don't pay me, I'll say 3.
Oh my God.
Checked the compound, they didn't say anything. I was allowed to interact with him. He told me that he did something wrong and that he's sorry. Undergraduates, one is finishing, one is just starting. If to town.
Is that your house, sir?
Yes, it's my compound.
Do you live there?
Yes, I live there.
It is reported that
that's not true. We have a borehole in that house. All the people in the street, they fetch water from there. We have
into this business.
No.
That you are involved.
I'm not involved.
He said he has had.
I just relocated. We just relocated from Abuja. I've not been around for 30 years. We've been living outside. As what? Okay, from the ministry.
Which ministry?
Federal Ministry of Health.
As?
My position retired. Like, for instance, the Health Records Board of Nigeria, you know, they engage of that's our parasitals. They call us to come and do holidays at home. Information got in that initially you were arrested. Why do I say he's going to Calabar? They now said I should call him. So I called him back and he came back. It was when he now came back that they now
understand by justice in murder case is a person should die. Do you also request for that justice?
Well, to me. After I send them to school, try to bring them up. Yeah, justice can be done if the system so permits.
Your son said Kufretion asked him to come back. You are now telling us you called your son to come to Calabar.
Yes, I called him now when who among the group. I said, this is my son Ibrahim. So as we were going to the police station, they said since he has gone to direction, I didn't call his number because his phone was off. I called that as soon as we got around.
What is your full name?
You call him my brother. He's one of the sons to my brother.
Are you
3 children?
Sorry, can we get your name again?
Frank Akpan.
So how old are you?
Frank Akpan. Frank, that's how I'm. Full name? Yes, Frank. How old are you? 4 years. Okay, gentlemen, thank you. We are done. Carry on.
the individual growth and strength you've bestowed on us. We are grateful for doggedness and hustler spirit you've helped us discover decades already. And we are grateful for the awards gotten by your own. Because it be like say that Nigerian thing. Now all of us Savage, Azizat Oshuala, Kemi Adetiba, Genevieve Nnaji, even our diasporic citizens are making us. But when we your things of life now, Abba, water, food, power supply, education, employment, for honesty and dedication. We will strive for what we want and we'll definitely get off. You're getting over. From a dear citizen who has great hopes in you. Cheers.
And say it pop and play. I don't care how some people are going to see it, my word or anything. Lion Church, Lion Udume, you go for show. Forget about all these people you are seeing on place. When you are sick, you go there and be cured. No, you see all these things you people are seeing on social media. All of them will camouflage.
Open up the grace city in me. Na chupu na mana akamo di ocha. Mana ganozo. It shall never be well with you. It's you I'm talking. It's your sister. Now you know that devil. The same devil, I will make sure that God of heaven you can joke with.
You don't fight a man that can help you. That's Christian alive. Everything is fine. We forgive everything.
Called me from every here to tell all of you that I've forgiven Ada Jesus.
Ada Jesus.
Protest people want us finish us. They don't spoil this. You know they fear anything. No. Let them show. Yeah, boys. You don't think they pay me pa? Oh I tell iPhone. No they want me tapa. No they want me. I know they like those kind of people. Don't mind them now. Now because we say won't fuck them up. We there here. Not if you I full grand, I gallant. Oga me. You say how be this kid? Where did they talk? Oga. I hear say you no come outside, you go dey disguise. Who dey disguise? Kafa! We hear of this. Person wey tell you say me go dey tell me. I know say you no fit do like that now. You fear about who? I don't say na lie, they lie. I trust you. fit happen. You no fit do anything. I dey here now. I mean,
Oga, wait. Like I say, I even hear see today they go pass this our junction.
this you say too much. You sure? Don't pass here.
Oga,
please don't do
Oga, Chai, there is God.
Oga, wait now.
2020 sped in following the fun and energetic dirty December, but little the trying year, testing year, and a year of survival. Not only that, it also brought so many names and words those were not met. Economies crumbled, and the nations of the world had just one goal, which was survival. Amidst all of this, setting the pace. This inspired KOKO's Person of the Year for 2020. And after in the year, join me as I go on a journey with the energetic social activist, Mrs. Aisha Yusufu. I am Adenike Layosh.
Well, basically, I'm crazy, so that's for sure. If you're watching, if this is me, my name is Aisha Yusufu, and I'm crazy. I'm an active Nigerian citizen. I don't see myself as an activist or any of that, because basically I am me, and I say it as it is, and you either love me or hate me, and either one is perfectly okay. Yeah, I'm always making jokes. I'm always cracking people up. I mean, my daughter would say that, "Oh, mommy, you make someone laugh all the time." But you know, when people see me, they think, "Oh, is this real?" Some people ask, "I'm a trader. I'm a market woman." That's what I do. I do business. I've never worked for anyone in my life. I've only worked for myself. I started business in the year 2000, and so it's 20 years now that I've been doing about what happened in Nigeria. I was just focused on myself because I wanted to attain financial independence. I grew up very poor. I grew up, there was a time in my life when I would go to school in the morning without breakfast, and I would test books so that I would be able to get A's, but I never got those test books. So leaving school, and I knew how it was being poor. When you're poor, you're faceless, nameless, and voiceless. You're not seen as a human. It's so hard to get that financial independence. And by the time I turned 40, and I realized that I had become the problem of Nigeria by not speaking out, by just focusing on myself and the people around me. Although I've always been, I hated Nigeria. So there's an Aisha before 2014 and an Aisha after 2014. Aisha before 2014, which is when I joined the Bring Back Our Girls movement. And why did I join that? After my decision at my 40th, because there are children who are in the position that I used to be in, who are suffering today, who my silence is affecting them. And I remember the little girl's abduction happened, and I joined the Bring Back Our Girls movement. And that my voice has been heard ever since from there. I'm one person who is very vocal. The reason why the moment I decided that I was going to lend my voice to national issues, I was heard loud and clear. I didn't wait for anybody to give me a seat at the table. I brought.
For me personally, no, that is not the assertion for me. So it all depends on opinion. One of the things that I would say then is that things take a long time. For example, look at the Bring Back Our Girls movement. 170 members are back. Even though there are still 112 that are not back, with tests that are going on right now, we have the fact that the government is forced to talk about the answers. The protests pay a lot. Protest is the only language that the Nigerian government do understand, and that's the reason why they're doing everything they can to ensure that they actually work they have. And also, if we want that protest where we want things to go on, everybody coming out and making it their business. Otherwise, we'll continue to be victims in our country. And one thing, rounding this up, I will say that yesterday's victims were once survivors. Today's victims were yesterday's prey, and it will not happen to them. Well, the last victim also prayed, and it happened to him.
beside the Queen.
No.
A lot of reactions and actions have arisen from the bombshell interview Meghan and Prince Harry had with Oprah Winfrey. Meghan had called Piers Morgan disgusting and a racist because of his constant attack on Meghan. Well, this time, Piers co-presenter Alex Beresford defended Prince Harry on live TV.
He walked behind his mother's coffin at a tender age in front of And I understand that you don't like Meghan Markle. You've made it so clear a number of times on this programme, a number of times, cut you off if she wants to. Has she said anything about you since she cut you off? I don't think she has, but yet you continue to trash her.
Okay.
Behaviour. I'm sorry, but Piers spouts off on a regular basis, and we all have to sit there.
My body, my fault. My baby girl, I will ride for you.
Hello people, welcome to the show. My name is Lawrence, and today on the show we will be talking about do broke guys deserve sex? Should they be dating?
Broke girls.
For now, we're talking about broke guys.
It's the same thing
Let's
applies.
focus on the guys first.
Broke guys, so they deserve sex. I mean, being broke has nothing to do with you wanting to have sex or you having urge to have sex, and you can have sex together. So it's not such a bad thing.
But seriously now, so being broke doesn't mean you won't be rich. Is it?
You're broke, but you shouldn't be lonely. Because
So for me,
Sorry.
Kilode,
Sorry. Do broke guys deserve
sex?
they don't.
Fuck. You can't say you can't be thinking of money and thinking of
What person is going through
whether
in
you're
life.
broke or you have money. Sex will come.
That's why masturbation is
There's
But
no
then-
like, if you have the money to pay for the sex, then
Broke guys, where does he want to get the money from?
why would
A broke guy can be in a relationship.
It doesn't have to be about money.
It doesn't have to be about
You can't pay yet.
sex workers and being in a relationship. There are two different scenarios. So if you're
Do broke guys deserve sex?
Yes.
generally being sex workers, being sex, guy go work, oh. But then everybody needs a companion. You can't just be lonely every time. Yes. Excuse me. I'm not broke.
Because the mentality that you have that okay, the guy has to have money, then you are broke.
What is that point?
I need to be financial status.
Okay. So which means you can date a broke guy.
Yes.
And then you give him sex.
Are you saying every relationship, sex has to come out of every relationship?
Well,
In the beginning, we've already talked. If you enter a relationship knowing you're not getting sex, and you enter the relationship and balls change, baba rock your road, odabo. Wait, let me understand.
okay, wait. Boyfriend now.
Yeah.
Now, what we're saying here is you guys already have sex before. I mean, you do have sex probably in your previous relationship, and then you're in another relationship.
They're consenting.
I don't think.
I'm in the mood. You are in the mood. Let's get this shit done.
Some people don't even tag. I don't think we should even tag the broke person or the. You are a human being to be honest.
And you?
That's just it. Being broke is a phase of life. Exactly. Sorry, excuse me. So anybody can be broke today, be rich.
I think to answer your question, I think that sex has nothing to do with them being broke or not. Because sex is something that is an urge. And then nobody's thinking about money or thinking whether you are poor or you are rich or anything.
Except someone that is trying to get pregnant.
If sex is an urge,
That's another thing. You can't be broke and not be
That's trying to raise a family. You need to have money.
Yes, you have to be.
Why? Everybody deserves sex.
Whether you are broke or you are rich. The thing is, if you want to start a relationship, you have to be financially stable. Yeah.
Your babe comes around, she's spending the weekend. You can't give her a breakfast, lunch, dinner. Wait.
That's what I'm trying to
She
say.
says she wants
now
to go
you're
out.
in a relationship. I'm saying that if you're in a relationship, as a guy, normally you are supposed to be anybody. Whether you're in a relationship or not.
Anybody. Important. Yes,
I'm not talking about this thing that
Anyway, to me, I feel like it's not a bad thing. People masturbate all the time, whether guy or girl. People do it. Some people do it just because they don't want to feel like bad thing. So don't take it serious.
No.
He says no. Why?
No. Sex. You don't know. It's like I don't have same guy. This with
yourself, and then you don't have money or something like that.
Yeah, you can actually do it by yourself.
Okay.
You can actually do it by yourself.
A lot of people don't actually get
Leave masturbation. I don't have money in my pocket. I want to bench.
we will stick bench.
I will bench.
We will stick bench.
Who will you bench? What if the girls you want to bench?
We will still
sex.
Broke guys. Well, for me, it's a two-way thing anyway. Because first of all, if we do not have the agreement, then that has nothing to do with you being broke. See, I think in relationship is broke. The guy does not have. The only thing she's bringing to the table is sex. And then she feels like she's not getting anything.
Let's look at it like this. When a guy and a girl are doing the who is enjoying it more?
We don't know.
I'm not aware.
Yeah, what are you saying? You to bring money.
It is 50-50. It's 50-50.
No, you do know everybody starting equality and
opinion if she wants to give him money.
That's the thing.
And now we go outside and
so your
boy raise the guys.
Yes.
It's feelings, it's love.
This guy is broke.
But the guy has
broke, but still they'll say don't worry.
That's love.
If he has where he's going.
No,
that's why she said movement. At least there should be a plan. You should have a plan.
And not just building castles in the air.
Hence the stability
of do this thing very well.
And you are
And
not
then I'm
lazy.
calling you. Yes. I'm calling like, babe, there's an opportunity. You go for it.
You're interested in it.
Yeah, making it work.
Basically, like a lot. So at the point, sometimes I'll be looking like, so if they're calling where's your boyfriend now, what will I say? I'm telling you, and there's this bar he used to go to. He will go to the bar with his friends, they will place, she wants to lock the place down and so on. I said, why not talk to this guy to be his manager? You already have friends that come there a lot. You have people, you know people in the area. be a manager and start up this.
You said he was broke. Was it sick mention?
He was sick.
We were pension. Because he was giving you too.
So that's the point. It's not about.
And you don't know, broke guys, only broke guys that can punch very well.
Yeah.
I want to meet you.
Yeah.
Which can be
So,
mutual. Which can be mutual.
Sure you get.
Yeah.
So, whether I have money or
Doesn't
not,
matter at that
okay,
point.
let's do this shit. And then we do. So,
But I still believe broke guys don't deserve sex. But
And tell us your reason.
yes, tell us. Whether you like it or
Tell
not,
us your reason.
broke guys.
we punch. No, they will punch.
Okay.
But I said
They
they
don't
don't deserve it.
Okay, let's say
Because
why?
you can't take care of the lady you are punching.
That's different.
Relationship now.
That's two different things.
If you say the broke guys deserve relationship, to be in a relationship, then we can try. You can't just say no. You can't just say no. You can't just say no. You just say broke guys don't deserve relationship. Then are you financially stable yourself?
Broke girls don't deserve relationships.
Because the truth is, you attract the kind of people. If you have money, you definitely attract good people. People that have, and if you see that,
But if it's not about sex, I think
if it's sex, everybody deserves sex.
show them some love.
Love, that's pity.
So we are showing them love.
You're showing them, you're pitying them. So that means they don't deserve sex. But you think you have a pity.
So if you say,
Oh my God.
so you are giving me, Allah, you are giving ourselves.
For anybody.
And I know, okay.
If you are broke and then you are not in a relationship yet, but then you want to have sex and you think going to meet a sex worker doesn't make sense, left to me it doesn't make sense.
They are 20
Oh my God, doing no sex.
If you enter Mushi, 500
What's the
I feel
difference?
like sex is different from sex. Like,
It's still sex.
There's a difference between sex and love making.
Some ladies will go to clubs because they just want to have knacks for the night.
Some ladies
do it.
They do it.
And they would add it. I'm just saying.
You can still tell us your experience, you know.
Tell it obviously.
All right, so okay, let's you. Well, most of you say you believe they deserve sex.
Yeah.
Audrey thinks they.
No, for everybody.
But yet they deserve sex. Those guys deserve sex. But you think they shouldn't be dating?
No,
or getting Wait.
create surprise.
Memories.
You need to spend money.
Yeah.
Exactly. Memories are actually very expensive. You
because
can't do that. You can't do
You
just
are-
ask. I don't have the strength to be thinking about surprise.
You have to be considerate. You have to learn your partner's love.
Exactly. So you will not start comparing with other
Do you
relationships.
understand each other? I have to be able to anticipate your needs.
Yeah,
And
but
he has to anticipate my needs also for it to work. And about marriage, no. We
no.
cannot bring children and something. Yes, look, there are some people that get married
Without wanting to have kids too. Yeah.
And you progress in
Like,
life because
it's
a
just
lot of people
a
are not getting stable before they get into marriage or relationship. They believe, and you bring children into this world again to suffer. They will be on the streets. And then
I think
you know,
leave getting married if you don't have a job or a business.
Don't
Now you could have sex.
Yes, broke guys deserve sex if I'm in a relationship with them and
Okay, see, let me say something.
You're blurring the line.
No, your question
They are
is
different.
the relationship.
Like this, should they
Should they be in a relationship or considering marriage? No, really, it's at least you should be able to bring something.
relationship, or do guys in a relationship they deserve
sex?
yes, if you have people in relationships that they don't have sex.
But yet you think they shouldn't be dating?
If they should have.
Like you understand that? Then you people will talk. See, I believe before you go into anything, you people have to talk. There's one of those days that you say we just want to.
You don't have now, but you know that this guy.
Potential.
There's some guys that even have now. You can see them 10 years. And
So you marry a broke guy?
I can't marry a broke guy.
No, you're saying
because I'm not going to be broke. I'm working on.
I didn't say
it's the definition of broke. Exactly.
You are the process. If I enter marriage is a broke.
I used to have this mindset that if I don't have money, I don't want to date because I can't. Why should I be in a relationship and I can't take care of my girl? Thoughts came to my head because most of the ladies are materialistic.
Okay. These days. Yes.
And tell them. And before you guys get into that dating process, the lady knows if you have money. Women are very smart. Except if you want to know, you can actually trick them like day 1, day 2, day 3, but you can't go on forever. Women they are this, whether you have money or not, going into that relationship, it is mutual. She already knows if you have it. That's if you are not working. But if you are working and she sees potential in you, why not?
And broke guys deserve a lot of sex.
Thank
you guys. See you next time.
I want to give the most. Mom, thank you for being the best person. Bless you, and I pray that all your labor will not be in vain in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you for watching.
Hello guys, welcome to another See What's in the Envelope for the guys and the ladies. Friends with benefits.
There's a huge difference between cheating and having friends.
There being a difference between cheating and friends with benefits. For me, I think it's true. For you to be someone before you can consider the idea of cheating. As for friends with benefits, it's without feelings attached. So I think there is a difference between the both of them.
Because
you're not cheating on anybody.
You're not
cheating on anybody. We're just having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference between cheating and entanglement?
Cheating
because you're entangled with someone else while being in. You are cheating. It's just cheating.
You are giving my food.
Very
Very tricky word. Feels like you're in a relationship with someone and then you're on.
You need to say, if you are going to be entangled with another person, see, as you are going into that entanglement, just walk out like cheating.
How about
situationship? Friends with benefits too.
No, okay, we started well and
no, that's not
in fact, that
was now, entanglement.
Yes.
Yes. She's thinking about it. But we see regularly communicate, we flirt sometimes.
You
chat.
You are cheating. That's cheating.
You are not flirting means.
You are playing.
You say nasty things for you to cheat.
You are giving green light.
So because me and I are like also cliche.
No, now.
These lines.
What's that?
These lines between cheating and entanglement.
Can I please say something?
You guys
Can I please say something?
Okay.
You go out. If she can do it in the presence of your girlfriend, fine. But she cannot do it in front of your girlfriend. Can another guy spend your girlfriend in front of you? Or the restaurant, wherever they went to, and kissing her on the cheek or where else. I find it. So there should be respect. There should be an amount of respect accorded to the girlfriend, even if it's the guy. Sometimes it's a bit too much, depending on the kind of relationship you have with that friend, so to say. So I'm not saying anybody should.
Why? Okay, and then we go out together.
Yeah.
And we're about leaving, and then hey, Papa, see, bye bye. No.
I wouldn't
There's side chicks.
Okay.
Side chicks. Side chicks, it's so well.
Africans don't believe in cheating.
Yeah.
Africans don't cheat. African man, an African man, a real
responsible
African man would rather before I marry I need to
from the beginning, I told his first wife, guy, you're not the only one in my life. So she knows what she's entering. But you guys don't have any form of more than two. You have this. But the point is, if you see, even if the man doesn't tell you, you know a man that cannot stay with one wife. You know him.
Some men are players naturally. You never know. You never find out. They play the game so well. You just be there on the low, deceiving yourself. Yeah, you might think if it's good at how do you
see now the eye everywhere. The signs are there. You will know.
The fact that you know a man naturally is a promiscuous.
Why should he be naturally promiscuous?
That's how we
females too are promiscuous too. If you're going to sleep around, I'm going to sleep around. If you're comfortable sleeping with that girl, I will sleep around. Everybody come together in the house.
Instead of having a side chick, just being an open relationship, open marriage.
Well, some religion will be like, or some tribe will be like, it's an abomination. So a no-no, it's a no-go area for. If not, that will just end the relationship, and I think that will be all.
Okay, whoever you're going to do this rubbish with or whatsoever, I don't get to meet this person. You don't bring this person into my family, but they are aware. No, that's not it. Open relationship.
Wait, why are you getting into that relationship when you know you
just like to experience something? It's not a big deal. It's not a bad thing. And it's somebody that maybe probably do a lot of things that you don't like. Instead of going hide about, you just let him understand. See, marriage, relationship is all about maturity. That's not cheating. No, it's not cheating. Does marriage meaning of marriage?
His wife is more than 5.
In the Nigerian constitution,
what is it?
That is religion.
What's the
Nigerian constitution?
That's called
religion says you leave your father and your mother, and you say wait now. Religion says no. If you read in the Bible like that, see, you date one person. Yes, when you date in the Bible, you have to date one person. You can't date another person. All this one that divorce.
The reason he said that.
What? Yes.
If you are divorcing because not because of fornication.
If person cheated on you, there's space for forgiveness.
You can forgive marriage.
But we are not bringing religion here.
We don't bring religion now.
Okay, if you are going to
I'm from the boy from the house. My brother is there. He has a mansion.
Leaving your father and your mother doesn't mean you have to. Meaning you are focusing on that marriage to get that next one.
You go and become an adult.
Next question, please.
Seriously? So if you don't have children in your marriage, is that all about children? So regardless of whether we have children or not, we're supposed to stick together. And the girl has to stick with it. What if the guy cannot impregnate? That's why you have adoption agencies, but...
Do you understand?
To a relationship and I want to get married and I'm going to get married, there are certain features I see about you and I want a mini-me. So come on, give me kids. Yes, procreate. Do you know, internationally,
you are justifying
the thing is scandal. No. Wait. The thing is, yes, that's what the international law says. A man and a woman. No, if you say go to the International Court of Justice and say you want to go and fight for your rights, you say a man and a man. Canada, a lady and a lady. Wait, now I'm coming down. Before I marry her into the house, of course I need to know her outside now. So that man can marry more than one.
I can write my
but that is here. I will not go and marry here. The international law.
What are you saying?
Which is, if your wife marries more than one, they use that. But if you go and sue her to the Ghanaian law, then why is it that you are telling me why am I arranging my life against the against the... I've done my traditional way when my family are concerned. Why do I need to go? wait.
Is that what you're saying?
Just a typical Nigerian.
Yes, I am.
And then you are deceiving yourself that you are in a relationship with this guy.
There's nothing like
Emotional.
So you can go a friend with benefit. Can you go to a friend with benefit?
If you find yourself in that, we are not putting relationship in the picture.
Yeah.
We are helping ourselves, even not only even the understand. That's the essence now. Yeah, we want to come. And then with the girl, come let's do our business. Don't turn here.
Relationship, you don't just plan it.
Yourself. No, you're telling yourself.
You that rich
No, one person is deceiving himself.
You know this man.
I dated this guy. Like a girl. I just saw the third Baba downstairs. Baba, okay, I think.
You even made me do so.
Yes, now I said, oh, you have a new babe. And then now, my friends now.
Which friend?
We have mutual friends.
What are you saying?
You
saw that? You saw
it? If you are dating somebody.
Exactly. Entanglement. Having a side chick. It's mutual agreement.
Yeah.
Friends with benefits.
There is mutual.
You have a wrong partner.
Hi, my name is Mwah.
Video shared online, Igboho said there is a widespread of insecurity in indigents who are residents in Hausa State. With so much zeal and determination, Igboho is ready to have the Yoruba nation stand for the people.
àní ni wọn àfẹ́ wọn mọ́ pọ́ọ̀tì wa náà ní pọ́ọ̀tì méjèèjì Fúlàní ní kọ̀ǹtà níbẹ̀ mọ́ láti sísí lọ tí bàbá bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ tán àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kẹfẹ́ tá a ṣe mítì á lọ sí gbogbo bọ́dà ẹlẹ́kùnṣẹ́ náà ó ti tó gẹ́ ó ti fún yín mo ń gba ẹnu gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá sọ̀rọ̀ ni o àwọn àkàrẹ̀ máa sọ pé ẹnu ọba tó bá bọ̀wọ̀ sílẹ̀ ìwà kọ́ lọ ṣe fídíò kárí.
Time of the coronavirus pandemic, there is no need to panic. All you need to do is take heed to the safety precautions procedures to confirm if you've contracted the disease before it gets too late. Watch on to learn these and many more. 4 essentials everyone needs to know about the coronavirus. Degrees. Simply put, it hates the sun and heat. This, however, doesn't mean if one catches the virus, one should go sunbath hours, so it is advisable for up to 6 hours, and regular detergents with bleaching agents would kill it.
From staying.
Symptoms of sore and that could last for up to 3 to 4 days. Care and then the lungs leading to pneumonia. Symptom 3. High fever and important that you seek medical attention as it is getting to the most critical stage. Your hands clean at all times. Wash them regularly for about visit the toilet or come in contact with another person. Do not touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with a disposable tissue. Dispose the tissue properly and sanitize or wash your hands afterwards. Better still, dab when you cough or sneeze, so you distance of about 1 meter or 3 feet away from people who feel unwell if the person coughing or sneezing has the disease. 4. Temperature. If you have a fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing, call the NCDC on 0800 9700010 to give us. Take a deep breath and hold for about 10 seconds. If you remember, you cannot be safe from coronavirus safety measures. Brought to you by KOKO TV.
movie, we are going to find out those that say chingom and the posh ones landmark. Join me as we get to find out people's expectations, comments, and of course... But I just want to ask one question. Which do you say? All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
And I work with the KOKO TV. That's to see everybody's just. That's how good I'm here.
All right.
I want to see his crazy ass.
Very simple, the way most movie stories will take to my physical. Once, let me just be there and not be there. And I like what it means to be. This movie, we're up there. After laughing, what do you learn? This movie's going to do it.
All right. Thank you very much.
Don't let them hear. It's cool.
Worked with Trainer Studios. We've done about 4 projects together before. So and hopefully we've delivered. With professionals. So when it's time to work, they do the work and they deliver.
So how well do you think this movie will do in the industry?
Well, as long as people come and have some fun, come and that's a fantastic story as well. So yeah.
So what else should? All right. So one last one. Are you part of the people that say much?
Thank you so much.
All right.
You want to come and do me that I'm old, like I say 3. Sometimes I say 3.
Sometimes
a certain emotion need to pop up. The accent. Sometimes I can choose to be this person who is, from God knows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By Trainer Studios.
So how did the role come about?
Particular one, I auditioned and I was told that I got the part. 20%. The crew, people don't talk about the crew, but I have to camera. Bishop was shots that you wouldn't need at the end of the day. His shots were planned and did very well.
So what role did you play in the movie?
My point was because at some point something happens to him. So yeah, that was my character.
Alright, so how well do you think this movie will do in the industry?
What?
Yeah.
For different occasions. It just goes to show that look, there are certain things in life that are not. So basically it's like prioritize what it is. Deep!
Yes!
Tell me,
Alright, so you're here to watch the Rat Guy, the movie. So what are you expecting?
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so who is your favorite character in this movie? Who is that person that you are answering? Okay, so last question.
Yeah.
What do you say? Are you the type of person that says chicken on? Alright, thank you very, very much. Alright, thank you.
Can't wait to see all those last people display themselves. It's because people and Gonga display their madness, the first one.
Okay, Oka, I'm really sorry.
But I learned, I'm not Nigerian. I learned as a Kokoke, can see me. I watched the trailer. I love the fact that, over the past, from 2019, we've seen them reinvent themselves. But I can't wait to get in and it's like,
plasticity?
Like, yeah. Join that show right now. Yeah, that. 3.
You look educated enough for the job. Haruna Holdings contract fully.
Actually, like I said, the name Rasgad darling, no darling moment at all. So
that says 3, or you said 3.
That's what?
Are you the kind of person that? Oh my God! Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Wait, this man. He's alright, my brother. Well, same with him. Like I said, I think I'm excited about the cast.
In this movie.
Why would the embassy ask about go? You don't know what will be the difference.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
I'm making more.
Okay, so what was your role in this movie? No, I've not seen it yet. Now we are all here for the premiere.
Watch the film. I'm proud to say that this film is first time working alongside him. What you see, what you gonna see.
So how well do you think the movie will do in the industry?
To showcase what they can do You know, it's going to be explosive. It's a romantic comedy. Monday to Wednesday, it's chewing gum.
I've done you na pure jam. Na juju. Ah, my customer. My God.
Going around using words whose meaning I don't even know.
What was if 3 people do like this? Something. Let me stop.
An acting IGP in the past.
Supposed to, if he says sorry,
coming out, we don't know. He just coming out. What did they happen? Talk to the rubbish, okay? You not pass one way. You want to play?
Now that's okay.
What do we do? What do we do?
Now that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
No, come on, you don't spoil the car. Wait, how much? We have been spoiling the car. Don't worry. We don't pass one way. We don't pass one way. Come out. We don't get through the one thing. What did we do?
So that's why they put a policeman.
I mean, see the policeman. We came out of bed. We've been here since when? What did we do? What did we do? We don't pass one way. We don't pass one. We don't pass one way. We don't pass one way. They put out a big gun. Why? Why? Everything. What did you do? Where did you go? I'm trying to.
And I want to speak up for sure of a police officer. It is the word, and see it, continually as that law take its full and that as a source of encouragement, for him, the CSO that are in a police formation to use best. Thank you. So.
Yesterday, I made a tweet stating how my moments. I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful to you all for learning. The article was written by my dad, too long for them to read, and I totally understand because somebody reached out to me and would like to. I don't just want you guys to. Sorry, which one is? I was massive. And I called daddy. Daddy was not sounding like daddy. I'm not sure it's daddy that is. I don't know where they told you. I was trying not to tell. I was trying not to tell you because I know that you see. Yesterday, the driving policeman just blocked them. So that's what they told her. That the next day for the interruption, my phone memory got full. So he said he had already gotten to Uromi and he's on his way to Abuja. So he had already transported to detention. Inside detention now, they are not charged him with any case. He was just there. Where is the case? My father started lockdown before they announced lockdown. He was in that detention and Corona came. That one, Corona just made the matter worse because nobody was not listening to us. Everybody said that they are locked down. Something that they would have just given an order. Everybody was saying they are locked. My mom told me yesterday. They now moved him from detention to prison. Apparently, detention and prison, they are two different things. Prison is actually better. What my daddy is in right now is actually detention, not prison. He said prison, at least you can move around. Detention is just more room. I've actually never been. So that's what my mom tells me. So as he was in detention, finally the case got to court. He moved him to prison. That's how he was in Kuje prison in Abuja for months. See, they took my father on, released him on May 5th. What's wrong with me? May 12th, on my mother's birthday. We were so happy. After over 5 months, I had not seen my father. During the lockdown, we were just at home with Neduko, stop Neduko, please save us from Neduko. Save us from the hands of Neduko. That's our prayer every day. There's no prayer we pray that Neduko will not be inside. So, very ridiculous bill of 50 million naira and the landed property in Abuja. Which kind of bill is that one? Just tell the person to sleep then. Someone was able to stand in for us and help us a whole lot. That's the owner of Reno Oil, Gabriel Obichi. Voila is just everywhere. There's news that they sent people to assassinate Gabriel Obichi. Why? Just because he helped us. He doesn't want anybody to talk. Whether you have money or you don't have money like him, all of you must be intimidated because he has a lot of influence. No lies. Definitely somebody will hear my cry. Somebody will hear my cry. It is awesome. So he was. Next thing, my uncle is telling me, is it true that they arrested your father again? I did not understand. I had to call mom and they asked me if they arrested daddy again. And she was like, yes, that they arrested him again. I said, that what happened again? She said, it's the same. That you guys will get the whole information and details on as the party process. You tell me it is obvious. You will see how obvious it is that this is just a case that was just. Next thing, they are adding 20 people's names, 21 people's names are tied down to them. I'm going to post the case, but look at it, analyze it, and tell me if this thing makes sense. And tell me if you don't know that there's obviously something very, very, very fishy. All for what? Why? Because my father told you to follow due processes in forcefully collecting people's lands in the village when you can just buy it. Why don't you just buy it? My father told him to just buy it. Find trouble like this. If not, go say A and you don't want to do A, you want to do B. You do development union. His primary goal is to protect the people, so he cannot join forces with you and support you to might be the only property that they have, their only ancestral land. You want to collect it? Why? Okay, quite alright. You want to build a school? That is beautiful. Big thing for all of us. Like a lot of people will benefit from it, like to provide jobs for us. But just buy the land, the acres of land before. Now he wants more. And when they gave him that land before, he told them that he wanted to build a dairy farm. Everybody, dairy farm in my village, that is very impressive. So next thing, we land to dairy farm. Next thing we saw mansion. Where is the dairy farm? We don't understand. Baba built mansion, better house, like a whole mansion for himself. Oh, wow. Do you know what to do? It was the time that you were there. Mansion for himself. His own self. Very elected. So now, somebody that you gave 20 acres to do dairy farm.
From this day forth, anyone who throws roses at my son's feet will answer to me.
To take us on another legendary journey we will remember for over 60 years this time.
Hey! What are you doing back here? Mufasa!
Remember Prince Akim, played by Eddie Murphy?
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes!
I love you.
What about the woman you're supposed to marry?
I do not love her. Why do you think I came to America?
Well, this time he has a son and we once again journey back to Queens in New York City to bring back his son.
I've just discovered that I may have a son here in this land.
How much time?
Hello, I am Hakim Jaffer, King of Zamunda. You are the heir to the throne.
Yes, my son.
He's supposed to be like the Prince of Wakanda.
Wakanda is a...
Presenting King Akim's son from America.
And my mom's.
And
Mid. It's not like you're the first man I've ever been with.
What did you just say about the other men?
Coming to America, now it's coming to me.
I always thought that Mika was going to be queen.
how you doing, Hakim?
I'm getting it from everywhere. I have upset my family.
You must be strong.
And General Izzy would love nothing more than to take over Zamunda.
Raise it higher.
Far into my kingdom, but is impressive.
That's right.
There you go.
Let me hear you say, hey, ho.
Hey, ho.
No, don't do that. That's his mother.
Oh, don't you say it.
No, Nacho is mother.
Of course, we have the same hilarious and interesting characters such as Semimi, played by Hall, and the multiple roles played by Eddie Murphy. New characters include singer Tiana Taylor, Wesley Snipes, Nigeria-born American Rotimi, hip-hop star Rick Ross, and many more stars. Coming to America Part 2 promises to be an exciting...
They're going to sharpen your tool, nephew.
Coming to America, now it's coming to me. I'm a king, I'm a king, I'm a king.
I go use that for this one, that's just my own opinion, thank you.
Truthfully, there is strength in numbers. Nigerians went out en masse to protest against the special anti-rebel squad, and it was not a waste of what people have to say about trending issues happening around them. And of a truth, SARS is a major issue. This past week in Nigeria was a hit. When I mean hit, H-E-A-T, it was really hot in the sense that in diaspora helped with the protest. The likes of Mike Edwards, he did it in London. Adekunle Gold, that is not in the country at the moment, did it in Houston. And even international bodies joined in the movement because after all has been said and done, the IGP in the person of General Muhammadu Adamu declared yesterday that SARS has been dissolved.
The Special Anti-Robbery Squad police otherwise known as SARS.
Like in Nigeria, to believe in is you said it, you're going to implement it because in Nigeria, you are fighting for your own safety. Basic necessities is actually, where does this actually make sense and where does this leave us as Nigerians to be safe in our own country? On the lighter note, after being dragged on the Twitter platform, Toyin Aimaku also took her own protest, a grassroots protest, in a location where she said that she was shooting a movie. She led her own protest against us, and we actually saw what she did. Even other, other people, other celebrities hold their own protest this week. I think you guys just need to, calm down and chill about that because as it is, SARS has already been dissolved. But Davido that said he was going to do his own this week, and Naira Marley, people are already telling them that they are already on their own. But then it is a good thing to know that when we all as Nigerians come together in solidarity, there's actually something that we can push. Did not carry last in the protest. We saw Erica distribute food to protesters, and even Lekon talking to Saraki that he should have abolished and he should have, uprooted that seat in Kwara State in 2017 when he had the chance to, but he did not. But then it's just dread of saying that the fact that he has dreads on doesn't mean he is a criminal. What's your name?
My name is Big Flo. That's like I'm popularly known. In fact, as it be like this, I don't want to speak English. I want to speak English because I'm in Nigeria. Do you understand? English is a bold language. I'm to tell my people right now. Do you understand? Right now, SARS, they don't do one too much. They don't do one so they do not feel like Gabon lunch. As they those suits to come out. That is the best thing. For those suits to come out and protest. Do you know what that's you know what that exactly. Like you could tell so many changes like he entered the game, people change, government here now. So the youth got supposed to get power. Do you understand? Now this one when they make you feel like say now them be the government. Now you will be the youth the government. Do you understand? Nobody should put you on any damn power because of we came together as Nigerians and what's happened? We made it to the top. You could see changes everywhere. Nigerian police, Nigerians for coming out. I love you guys.
Say about the SARS issue that has been happening in Nigeria for some time.
The SARS issue is very bad. The main thing, they are not going for the big boy. They are going with, no, I never had a personal encounter with them before. But the only thing, where I've been seeing from newspaper, look at what SARS is, and it's very wrong. And more, before you know that, they will take the money, which is very bad. The thing about Nigeria is not true. Nigeria is controversial at the right time. So we do it at the wrong time, which is very bad.
Okay, so now what do you have to say to people just for their own safety sake, even though SARS end up with it?
That is it.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. This SARS
Flo, anyone will want to talk.
This SARS of 18, make a really ban there because you can't make money SARS. They're going to disturb the guy up and down, opinion. Like me now, for the past months now when I dey Lagos. I dey find work. I go use SARS for ritual, that's just my own opinion. Thank you.
Wọ́n ṣe wà ní part of the fẹ́ pa àwọn ọmọ wọn kúrò wàhálà. Ẹ̀sìn jẹ́ tọ́lẹ̀ gbélé wọn lọ́wọ́ wọn ṣe. Wọ́n ń jọ ìná ọlọ́pàá padà. Wọ́n máa ń yẹ ní at my own. I need one for anything.
Okay, but like one-on-one, ṣé wọ́n ti wá.
Student ní Nàìjíríà ló wà. Wọ́n gba fóònù ọwọ́ ẹ̀. Wọ́n láti máa pọ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀ kó lọ sí ATM kó lọ gbowó bá wọn. ATM wọ́n pé POS wọ́n padà lọ́jọ́ yẹn. So ó dẹ̀ fi tó 20 fún wọn lọ́jọ́ yẹn.
All right. Okay, so tell us, what do you think about SARS generally?
SARS, they are stupid people. Even if you know they do Yahoo, SARS will stop you for road. Check your phone. Is it a crime to look good? Is it a crime to just keep those rules?
Okay, now the IGP said they dissolved it. Do you think it is actually true or it's not true?
It's not true. They need to set up a panel to tell us we need a standing order that is killing them. We don't want SARS. I felt so bad. You understand? Killing souls. We are not animals. We are humans. They don't put all those families out. They don't put them through tears. So many breadwinners, I don't kill them. Look at this story of this guy that was watching football match and Colari or water. So they just kill them. I beg. We don't want to hear SARS. They must end them.
All right, Tommy. Nice. So, Tommy, what do you think about SARS in Nigeria?
They are not doing that. Just look for another means. Okay, I know they are all out there, but they are just not doing it the right way. So I guess government should look for another way to look for those kind of people and not social media. I really like it. I actually feel my Instagram is like so good to like
Anyway, guys, that is that about that is concerned. We've heard from different people what they feel about SARS and what they want to be done to this special anti-robbery squad. Anyway, guys, do not forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and the notification bell so that
The annual global celebration of the woman is here again, and coincidentally, the first woman and the first African to be appointed as the DG of the World Trade Organization has just resumed office. Interesting, right? There are thousands of things to be known about this woman, and KOKO TV has just taken this bold step of bringing you the first and eldest child of the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala family. This is Layo Shobo, and you're watching KOKO TV Nigeria.
This new appointment, how did it go down? And then, first off, how was the process? How was the process for you, for dad, for your brothers, and even for mom? How was the process? And then when it eventually came, how did it go down? You know, the celebration and everything.
Right. And it's very stressful. And of course, the people feeling the acute stress was number one, my mom, for sure, felt the acute stress, but also my father. You know, he has been a fantastic support, you know, also for my mom. And so he, you know, he's out there trying to like keep her calm, keep her sane in the midst of a very grueling, trying to support my mom in this whole process. And then similarly for my siblings, Uzo, Kechuka, and Uchechi. So I think overall, I would say this was a stressful process, but the acuity of the stress decreased, you know, depending the further distant away from my mom, but everyone felt something. And it's because I mean, basically what a pandemic. So in times when it's not a pandemic, the candidates are expected to fly across the world, you know. Maybe you'll be in Barbados this day, then in Fiji the next day, then Japan, you know, then Senegal, then, you know, going from country to country, meeting with all of the ministers to try to convince them that you're the best candidate for the job. So then secondly, you have almost like an exam of sorts. So not only do you have to have travel, political skill, you know, and diplomacy, but you also have to know what you're talking about. This is trade, you know, and I've never seen my mom share, you know, she was involved in customs, trade, all that stuff. And even my mom was sitting down, preparing, studying, making sure that she understood the details related to trade. You know, those different kinds of skill sets needed with the stress of the situation. Add to that the political overlay, you know, which happened with the initial Trump administration, first going along with the process, and then at the last minute, like saying, oh no, we don't think it was a fair process. It was very stressful. So,
But at the end of it all, it came out, you know, amazing
exactly.
and joyful. So she resumed. Well, she resumed 2 days ago. How did that?
It was pretty thrilling. I mean, in the summertime, when it looked like she was getting closer and closer to being the #1 pick, we were already starting interviews in our house in Maryland, and like we could see the Zoom video of her accepting the appointment and so forth. It's just, it's mind blowing. It's like surreal. You know, I mean, you keep saying to yourself, God is good, God is good, God is great, but it's nuts. I'm like, this lady is making history in so many different ways. Plus, she's coming at a critical time for trade, you know, when it comes to dealing with this pandemic and a lot of collapsing economies throughout the world. And so I'm like, wow, this lady has to do all this stuff. And guess what? This lady is also my mom, you know, who calls and says, how's Adora? How's Kelechi? You know, how's Emeka? Those are my 3 kids. You know, she's, so I'm like, well, how is school today? How is soccer? I'm just amazed at how she can balance that stuff. But my aunt really wanted to have some kind of celebration. And so, you know, it's, again, we're kind of muted because of the pandemic, but as soon as we can get everyone together, we're planning to travel to Switzerland and have some kind of celebration. Yeah.
That would be so amazing, like really. So you talked about she balancing all of these things. How do you think she does it? Because really, it baffles me. It really baffles me. And run the home. How did it affect you? How?
So I have to say that my mom provided me a phenomenal example of the struggles and then what you have to do to juggle work and life. But she showed me that it's possible, that you don't have to give up your career to be a good mother, and you don't have to give up family, children in order to have a great career. And I think that's powerful for me, because I think that we need, at the same time, I think it's really important for children to be able to see both parents involved in domestic life and involved in raising them. And I think that when you have a working mom, that means that your dad, who is a working dad, is also a partner of them to succeed in their professional careers and also in raising us, that it was a partnership. And that's what I was looking for when I went to look for my husband and try to get married. And then also how my mom does it, because now I'm living that experience. And I'm like, and she was doing all of this like 20, 30 years ago, you know, 40 years ago, right? I'm not about to be 40. She was doing this at a time when, you know, this work-life balance ideas, those things weren't as popular at the time. So one thing that my mom was really, you know, we definitely had nannies. So we'd have a nanny from Nigeria that helped us out in the home. So that years old, then we could take care of ourselves. And then the second was the partnership that she had with my father, that they really worked as a team. And then we had my extended family, you know, uncles, aunts, cousins. If they were coming to the US, they could also like take care of us, help drive us to activities and school. So I think that was how she kind of got things together, but childcare and family.
Okay, so when she's not working,
she likes to swim. So anywhere that there's like beach, ocean, or like a swimming pool, my mom likes to be there. That's how she gets her exercise, and that's kind of what calms her. So she really likes that. And then, you know, she's a funny that's inside her. So she might just randomly start dancing and singing a song that she's making up in just out of nowhere. She also likes to come up with nicknames or pet names, you know. So she had a pet name for me and each one of my brothers, and she even has pet names for each one of her grandchildren too. So she has that lightheartedness that will just come out spontaneously.
I guess a better interview with her will let us into all of this. You know, what is your fondest memory, maybe childhood memory with her, and how was your relationship with her?
Yeah, so I think I have a really nice relationship with my mom. One of the things I remember that hot dogs, hamburgers, and then instead of sitting in the fast food restaurant to eat, she would drive us to the local park. And then, you know, other people would have picnic blankets. My mom would spread a wrapper, you know, so this is like picnic Nigerian style. You know, you go get your hamburger from wherever, drive to the local park, spread the wrapper, and we would have a picnic. I love those. I really love that so much. It's one of my fondest memories from when I was little.
In what practical ways did he do this? Because the world celebrates him today. whenever we're talking about, oh, Okonjo Iweala, people will always find a way to say, oh, she couldn't have done this without a husband. So how, in what practical ways did you see him, support her? And then was there any point in their marriage that they had a clash, as a result of all of this work?
It's a give and take. And so I think what I saw with my parents is that there's an ebb and flow, so there were periods of time where my dad's career needed to be emphasized. So for example, after my mom moved to the United States because she had secured a job, my father couldn't just training system is structured. He then had to complete more training. So there was like a focus on, okay, my mom needs to kind of hold things down while my dad is able to complete this additional training in the US. And so so there was a give and take there where my dad's career and training needed to be emphasized. Similarly, came a period it didn't pan out because both of them discussed, they discussed risks, benefits, balance, is this going to work out for our family? And they came to the decision that at that point, that job wasn't going to be the best for the whole family. Later on, when my mom got the opportunity to serve, in Obasanjo's government, minister, again, it's the same discussion of, okay, where are we as a family? Kids, most of us my youngest brother was still in high school, but we were no longer little kids, Most of us were either in college or had graduated. So, I think that what happens is it's a discussion between the two of them about how is it going to work out for the family. And then, they come to that decision and they go. And I think my dad is also very cognizant that my mom had it, and now for the world, and he's so proud of her. He's so proud of her. And it moves me so much because it just demonstrates that he has a lot of respect for both what men and what women can do too. And I think that's something that not only Americans, but also Nigeria, that in the respect that he has for my mom and his pride in what she's doing.
With her appointments now, what is the one thing, or let me say 2-3 things that you feel she really, really wants to achieve with this office?
Improve access to vaccines for everyone in the world. And it's particularly important because of that it's not just rich countries, or highly developed nations that have access to the vaccines, but that developing nations or under-resourced countries across the world, and therefore the people that live in those countries, have access to these. So that's one thing. And I think the second thing is to bring the voices of developing nations and emerging economies to the table. I think that's something that's very important to my mom.
Do you think she'll still want to, go forth in her career, taking some other appointments, or she is retiring?
To be honest with you, I don't think my mom can ever retire. Then another amazing opportunity presents itself and she needs to contest, because she's qualified and can bring a lot to the table. So we'll see. I can't really predict what she's going to do, but from me personally, I find it hard to believe that she's ever going to retire. So
to, hear the good news. Okay, speaking about our choice of style, I think once or twice I have seen her, dressed the English way. She's always repping Africa. What do you think brought about this? Why
these outfits made, up and down, the Ankara, everything for very reasonable prices, and they make unique outfits that look good, that help you stand out. And it's easy to trying to represent for Nigeria. She's trying to represent for textile manufacturers. My mom wants to encourage the Nigerian economy. She wanted to encourage the Nigerian economy to diversify, right? Like we should depend on things aside from oil. Oil is great, but we should have other. So I think in her own way, she was, buy Nigerian, wear Nigerian. The same way the US people do it all the time. I'm American too. So I'm like, let's buy this stuff, let's represent. And, Nigerians are already doing that. So it's something to promote and encourage.
Well, I really hope this, the dress sense, the closing thing of of working in a level that we can say, okay, I can go to work and wear Ankara on a Monday. I really hope it comes through. Oh my, an amazing session. I had fun all through, and she assured that she had fun as she just watched.
Stay tuned to KOKO TV as we bring you many more of these exclusives.
Points, I lose it. You all know I shout a lot. I don't used to hide it. All of you here on this page, you know that Bobrisky, I don't have patience. I shout. When you are disciplined and you shout, is different from you being wicked. Don't mix it up. So I said, okay, let me know when you're going back to Ivory Coast. I'll buy your tickets. You need to go. So that Sunday, as a PA, before then, see you the way you claim I'm mismatching you, Abi. 1 month, you no go. 2 months, you no go. 3 months, you are still in this Lagos with me. And I'm mismatreating you. You, oh yeah. Ha! You are funny. So I said, you need to start going. I'm tired. At this point, I am tired.
Your house, arrange your toilet. Your unflushing toilet, arrange it. Stop going on in another person's house. Stop going there. Arrange your house. Fake life. Help your family. Help your brother that is following you like goats, that is not having work. Help your other brother. You are just lying to people on Instagram. Yes, I have this, I have that, but your parents are living in Ejigo. Your father is living in Ejigo. I went there several times. I was there. Your brother, elder brother, is living in Korodu. If you have money, why can't you build a house in Lagos and put them there? Why is your brother following you everywhere like an animal? Clean your shoes. Is it a lie?
everyone associated your achievements and wealth.
Auntie, wala any lucky. Seri ra why?
There are other underlying issues that require the attention, accountability, and responsibility of the Nigerian political leaders. In a country where bail is free, much is expected. And as it is, Nigeria is okay on what they want and what they do not want. It's another exciting episode on the Catch Up Show, and my name is Tony. You're welcome. They're tired and they really want to change this time around. Protests have been led in different parts of the countries, and in the process, lives have been lost. Some came up to tell their stories. Some were brutally injured, but a large number are still holding the fort, saying that they've been here. But apparently, Nigerian youths are not backing out on this. They aim at getting the protest to 30 days. Only then will they be heard and attended to by the United Nations. I mean, it's actually a good thing, seeing that all of this solidarity thing is actually making a move. we need to commend Nigerian celebrities and other Nigerians that have been at the front in the protest, pushing the trend. As it is no longer a trend anymore, it's even a movement, because international forces have joined forces with Nigerian youth to clamor for the EndSARS, end police brutality, and reform Nigeria in general. And the personality of Falz actually caught our attention, as you know, the guy is actually a musician and a comedian.
Something happened for Lagos,
but who would have thought that Falz could switch personality in a split of seconds? We all know he studied law, yeah, right, but then he dishing out some constitutional information for Nigerian youth, for them to know what we are doing and what we are fighting for. It's actually a good thing, though.
That the Human Rights Commission has remained without a governing council since 2015.
But then Nigerian youths are actually not taking it easy at all. If you give them backs, they will give you ghosts. When the Melaye was trying to say that he's already in support of all of these things, Falz gave it. I've been putting forces together financially right now to take control and to feed Nigerian protesters, so that people protesting, I mean, we see food, water, drinks flying all around protest ground. It's a good thing. And then, not only that they contributed, but their account so far.
Why not give us food? More cook for ourselves. Yeah, cook for ourselves. Yes, so.
And not to forget Ogbeni Anonymous, that has been giving us insight into Nigerian political personnel and their atrocities. This one in particular is mouth-filling. Ogbeni.
Irrespective of tribe, race, disheartening that you won't bring to justice every police who have involved in killing of the protesters due to the deep secret that caused the loyalties that lies between you and the people in your government.
But then it is good to see that Nigerian youth want to score us okay, and they are not disguising anymore, to see what solidarity and togetherness can actually do and achieve in our country. It's actually a good thing. But you all know it's excitement one day on the catch-up show, and we go on the street of Lagos to see what people have to say about issues in their society, in their community, and Nigeria at large. Do come with me. What's your name, sir?
My name is Thomas. Well, it's a very welcome development. We can't live in a country where there's impunity and extrajudicial killing. The police have to reform. The government has to reform the police and demilitarize the police. The police is not a force, or shouldn't be a force. All over the world, there's no force attached to the police. The police carry assault weapons as their standard issue rifles. It's baffling and it's worrisome. We are not at war, we're not, why, you know? And then the impunity and lack of accountability in the force. Mind the language of the force. It's very, very wrong. They don't take you to the judge, they don't take you to the court. They have some detention centers, and you know, they say you shouldn't hold somebody more than 24 hours. We've seen cases where people have been held for months and months, and then they disappear. Well documented. It shouldn't happen in the 21st century Nigeria or any part of the world. This used to happen in places like Argentina, you know, in the 40s and 50s and 60s. Nigerian youths are one of the most informed globally. They know what is happening all around the world, and they can match the youths of anywhere. Intellectually, professionally, you know, in everything. You find Nigerian youths excelling. Even the police we have issues with now. You see them go for peacekeeping missions in places like Yugoslavia. They revert to become something else. Our students that we say they are not good, they leave this country, they go to other universities outside Nigeria, Benin Republic, Ghana, the US. They become the best students there. What is wrong? The best there. So the problem is not the youth. The problem is not actually the police. The problem is the structure, the way things work here. Things must just change. Thank God the youth are woken up. And because they are awake now, you know, some of our leaders too are awake, or they are waking up. And the Nigerian youth is the giant of Africa. 1 in 4, 35 and below. So when we say 1 in 4 is a Nigerian, black person around the world. 2, are Nigerian youth. So for every 4 people you see in the world that are black Africans, 2 are Nigerian youth. So the time is right, and the time is right. And that change, you know, must of course come. I hope to see it in my lifetime. The real
blocking road, do you think it is justifiable for this change that you are seeking? They blocking road, do you think it is justifiable?
Well, I've lived in this country since the 70s. By the grace of God, I saw Ali must go riots. That's about 1977, 78. I was a little child, but it was a youth protest. But this by far has been the most peaceful protest in Nigeria. We must say the truth. Now, when you say they are blocking roads, like I told you, 2 out of every 4 black people is actually a Nigerian youth. So when they come out onto 50% or 60%, yeah. So when the youth are not actively engaged to gather here, the road will block. It's just, I'm sorry to say that. We should just bear with it.
Of course.
This is the right thing they are doing.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
I think it's a peaceful protest. Doing a good job. I mean, people just want peace. They just want the good things to come back.
You're not joining any protest, or are you not in support of what is going on?
Yeah, as you can see, I'm on my way to somewhere around Akoka.
You're on your way to somewhere around Akoka for the protest, right? Okay, so you've been joining in the protests.
Yeah.
And do you think
it's a peaceful protest? So there's no, for the fact that they are fighting for their rights.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, what's your name?
Sammy Moore, that's my name.
Okay.
SARS and police brutality, it's a very, very, very good one. Because if the youth doesn't rise up at this time, there is no way the Nigerian government will be able to stop all of this nonsense. I watched a video yesterday that was very, very pathetic and very, very, very disheartening. How would you kill somebody? How would you wreck a whole family because of 2,000 naira? The guy didn't even do anything wrong. Even now, even the child is having mental disorder because you saw the more shock. Yeah, you understand. So I don't know, the whatever that the youth are doing now, I think I like it and I'm in support of it 100%.
Okay, so what would you have to say to the traffic, the way they are blocking the roads? Is it justifiable still?
If we are saying the way the traffic was, so for the fact that the traffic is much, is empty and all of those things, I think it's a good move so that they will understand that, okay, fine, oh, these people, they know what they are saying. It's not the 2 weeks, whatever that we say, and everything just ends like that.
Okay, I see the way you're talking about this thing with passion.
Yes.
Have you had a personal experience?
Yes, I've had a very of my siblings. So getting to K2, that roundabout, so I was coming down, I was trekking with my siblings, so I wanted to go take a commercial bus. So they just stopped me and said, hello, give me your phone. I was like, why? I was like, I want to see your phone. I was like, this is my phone. This guy delayed me for more than 1 hour. My siblings were crying that we did not do anything. And as at that time, that was like, I think 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Imagine 2 years ago till now. And things are even getting more worse. That, okay, I'm a driver and all of those things before they have to let me go and all of those things. So that's, I think, the move we Nigerians, the youth are taking over. We are taking over. Ati Sorosoke bye now like this. So
wonderful.
YDP, Youth Democratic Party.
I know that a new Nigeria is about to be born, and I'm positive that we all will be alive to see it and experience it. Do not forget, guys, to like, subscribe, share, comment, and turn the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we have a post. Till I come your way next time, my name is Tomi. Bye-bye.
Following the current uproar that arose from the decision to quit the Royal House and the mental struggles the Duchess faced while in the Royal House, author and women's rights activist Dr. Shola slams British media personality Piers Morgan on live TV. She condemned the act of the royal family towards me.
Are we allowed to engage in any of this?
Let me finish.
Well, you're not stopping.
That Harry and Meghan had the audacity to speak that truth, that you should be at the actual outrage of racism.
Right, okay. Am I allowed to respond to this? Am I allowed to respond yet?
You can respond now.
Okay, I think what you've just said about the Queen is disgusting. I think it's unbelievable. You talk about the behaviour of a nation.
Am I lying when I said that?
Allow me to say what I'm. Allow me to explain.
And the institution is protected.
Allow me to defend our royal family. Thank you.
You tell me.
What about the behaviour of Harry and Meghan, who are spray gunning his family on global television as Philip lies in hospital? You might laugh. I don't think it's funny. I think it's piling hurt on the Queen, who is already suffering greatly from her husband's illness.
I'm going to respond to that. What I don't think is funny, I'll tell you what I don't think is funny. It's the fact that you are such a disappointment. I wish to God one day you even surprise me. You constantly use your platform as a wealthy, white, privileged man with power and influence to
what a load of
and
nonsense, honestly.
The bigoted,
what a load of race-baiting nonsense.
And the misogynist attacks on Meghan Markle. And you do it so shamelessly.
We have...
Làwa yóò ṣe àlùkà mẹ́ta làwa yóò ṣe àlùkà mẹ́ta làwa yóò ṣe àlùkà mẹ́ta làwa yóò ṣe.
That's why I did my speakers. Roofing.
That must go! 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 That must go!
What do you want? Answer! What do you want?
Answer!
What do you want?
Answer!
What do you want?
Answer! Answer!
We see the action now. Yes. In Obama yesterday, SARS are still killing people. Yes. SARS are still arresting people. We want immediate end and termination of the operation of SARS now. We are not going to be quiet. The issues affecting the nation. Let it be preached across the nation that the Nigerian youth, this political consciousness is being awoken in us to the marginalization. We are saying no to the corruption. We are saying no to every evil being practiced in Nigeria. And that is why, at this point, the Nigerian students, the Nigerian youth, we want to make a statement.
I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming to this family.
Àdúrà mẹ́ta mo gbà fún Déjàre.
In my heart there's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart is a beat like do do bang, do do bang.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Under the law, ever pronounced Rani and Malale under the law, Alexander and Kebola, legally as husband and wife.
I don't want any X-Man in the one land again.
TV.
Someone come save me from Delilah. Save me from Delilah. Yeah, Elijah.
African to be appointed as the DG of the World Trade Organization has just resumed office. Interesting, right? There are thousands of things to be known about this woman, and KOKO TV has just taken this bold step of bringing you all of the things that you do not know about the wonderful Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Join me as I speak with Onyinye Iweala, the first and eldest child of the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala family. This is Layo Shobo, and
you know, it's a patriarchal world where men are kind of, have more opportunities. So how did mom handle all of this sexism and then racism, being a Black African? How did she take all of this?
Yes, that's a great question. I feel like my mom learned a lot of lessons from her dad, actually, and she tried to pass those along to me and prepare me for some of the things that I might experience based on her own experiences. But she said, when she was leaving Nigeria to go to the US, to go to Harvard for college, her dad said to her, he was like, look, there's racism in the United States. But what you have to remember, even when you hear these difficult things that are hard to hear and they're hurtful and painful, it's not your problem, it's their problem. And I think that's something that my mom repeated to herself. And that's what helped her get through these difficult situations where people are just acting highly inappropriately or, doing things that just don't make any sense. And you just have to remember it's racism, but the racism is not on you. You just go out there and do the best you can. It's their problem, not your problem. So that's one thing that she repeated, and she also tried to pass on to me as well. But that's not to say that it's not hard, Just because you have that saying in the back of your head and just because you know that that's true, doesn't mean it isn't painful when you get that sting and you're like, wait, why did that just happen? Or like, why was I passed over? Why am I invisible? And they're not listening to what I have to say. So like, for example, I think my mom would, there's sometimes situations where you say something and then no one makes a sound or acknowledges that you said something. And then someone else will say the exact same thing. And then everyone will be like, oh yes. And that's the person that repeated it is a man. And then so my mom has been in those kinds of situations. And so instead of like waiting to contribute in the middle of a meeting, my mom, the way she would deal with those types of situations was she would be sure to speak first. She would jump up and she would say, hey, I think X, Y, and Z about, ABC problem, and just put it out there at the very beginning. That way it wouldn't get drowned out in the course of a discussion. And then later on, when other people were saying things, they'd have to say, oh yes, as Ngozi said, it's ABC and X, Y, and Z. And I was like, oh, that's a really good strategy. So I think just over the years, she's developed strategies to cope. She actually wrote a book about this kind of stuff, actually co-authored, with the former Prime Minister from Australia. So I think check that out. That would be good. Yeah.
I surely would do that. So, but about you now, all of this sexism, racism, how did you feel about her? Then recently, a Swiss media, called her a grandma. It's not about me here, so it's about you. So how did you feel about that? How?
Co-author discussed in their book this idea that whenever we think about women and women in the professional space, instead of first addressing their professional capabilities, we always try to domesticize them. We always try to think about them in the context of their family. And there's nothing wrong, with thinking about a person in the context of their family. It's just that, why don't we do that for men? Why don't we say a grandfather has been appointed as XYZ, And the thing is, men have families too. So I think all they're trying to say is we need to be equitable in how we describe and how we characterize people, because unfortunately, people try to pigeonhole women into only domestic roles or put them in the context of a domestic role. It makes you think that the only role for a woman is within the domestic sphere. But I don't think my mom has she doesn't have wouldn't take offense to being thought of as a grandma. She is a grandma. It's just that in the context of being, leading world organizations and discussing trade and economic things, we should talk about her professional credentials. Like, there's a time and place for everything.
So you didn't feel somehow about it? It was just one of those things for you, or how did you take it?
Oh, how did I feel about this? So for me, within the larger context of how do we talk about women within the professional sphere, I could see why people were upset that she was like grandma. But at the time I was like, Well, I think, my mom wouldn't, she is a grandma, you know what I'm saying? So, and she's proud of that too. So she's proud of that as well. So I didn't feel like, initially, I didn't really feel particularly offended. However, when you put it in the larger context, like of how women are always relegated or associated with the domestic sphere, I see why people were annoyed. I can see why.
Okay, so looking at where we ended that now, so there are different forms of feminism, different people with different ways they practice theirs. So are you a feminist? If yes, if no, what do you think about feminism? And then it's more
very much a feminist. I know, in some academic circles, many African women scholars also have womanist, because they felt that feminist was really created in the context of a white lens, like a white female lens. And so many Black scholars or Black other female scholars of color felt excluded from feminism because it really focused on whiteness. But the concept, the idea that women should be treated as equals to men, that women are just as capable of contributing to society, not just in the domestic sphere, but in all sorts of spheres like men are, I strongly believe in that. And if that's feminism, then I'm a feminist. And I would say that my mom is the same,
I actually learned a new thing, that womanist and feminist, that people are getting out of feminism because it's white. Wow, it's really not much in Nigeria. All we hear them say and do is feminism, and feminism.
Yeah.
So thank you for giving me that. Okay, so the focus of this magazine is your mom as an inspiration to African girls and African women. But she had the privilege, she had the opportunity. Dad was a monarch and the family is well to do, and then passed on to you. How about the less privileged girl